guys, and welcome back to our channel, Simonson Cat Home and Garden. And today we're talking about pools. So I have a couple of questions I want to ask my husband about pools, and what we're talking about is winterizing your pool. Okay, so let's see here. My questions are
It,
they're not hidden. So if you guys don't know, you've been in the pool industry for how long?
over 38 years.
38 years in the pool industry. The question I have about winterizing the pool will be, what's the best time to start winterizing the pool according to your climate?
Well, actually, that's what it's based on, is your climate. Where do you live at? The further south, yeah, you're going to get later. Further up north, you're going to be earlier. But usually, on the average, most people start winterizing their pool after Labor Day. It all depends on why you're winterizing it. Are you winterizing to catch leaves? Then you cover it based on when the leaves start falling in your area. So, I mean, you got a lot of that. Where you're at is going to determine on when you're going to cover your pool. Because you know, as down here in the south, we can have warm days all the way up to December.
Okay, so when you said about close the pool, so the next question, should the pool, should a person fully close the pool to keep it open with a winter maintenance plan, or?
Well, I mean, you can either winterize them or keep it open. I wouldn't keep it open and don't do nothing to it. That would be the worst thing to do. If you cover it, basically you put the pool to bed when you winterize it. You put it to bed. You don't have to run the pump or anything. But if not, yes, you can still keep it open during the winter. Once again, it depends on what's your surrounding. Do you have a lot of trees and this and that and the other that's going to fall into the pool that you really don't want to battle? If that's the case, then by all means, winterize and cover the pool. If it's not an issue, once the leaves are down, they're down. Me personally, like I always ask every homeowner, what would you prefer to look at? A cover with leaves and crap on it, or a pretty blue pool year round? So it just really depends on what do you want. Okay? But me personally, if I'm going to pay the money for the pool, I just look at the pretty pool year round.
Okay.
I mean, the thing about it, even with the leaves, homeowners live at the house. Go out there, spend 10 minutes, and that's what I tell homeowners when I start them up. Spend 10 minutes a day. That's it. 10 minutes. Do whatever you're going to do in 10 minutes and leave it alone to the next day. Your skimmers, your cleaners, and all that, they'll take care of whatever's going to fall the rest of that day. But just spend 10 minutes a day, dip up, dump, whatever you're going to do. And as far as even dumping them, yeah, you live at the house. You walk outside, you dump the skimmers, no big deal. And like you got to drive 30 minutes to get there. They're not hard to upkeep during the winter. It just takes a few minutes every day, and that's it.
Okay. So that would be for all types of pools, in ground, above ground, saltwater.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're depending on what you're surrounding.
Okay. All right. So how should a person clean the pool before closing it?
Well, first off, if you're going to cover the pool, you want to make sure it's clean, but you also want to make sure it's balanced. You want to make sure of your calcium, you want to make sure your pH, you want to make sure your alkalinity. Those three factors right there are always what's going to determine on how everything lasts or doesn't last. If you don't have that pH and alkalinity in check when you cover a pool, you can easily uncover a prune. In other words, it's going to cost you money because you're going to destroy your pool.
Okay.
But yes, always make sure your pool's balanced. Of course, you ought to be doing that anyway, all during the year. Like I tell most of you, unless you cover your pool, you have 52 weeks a year, you have 52 weeks of maintenance. So as long as you're maintaining during the year till you get to that point, when you get ready to cover the pool, you're not going to have a lot to do.
Okay. So what chemicals?
Well, that depends. I mean, for your balance, it depends on what you need for your pH, your alkalinity, or your calcium, if they're out of whack. Now, usually when most people cover pools, or if you get a winter kit, what's in the winter kit is a dichlor and a copper-based aldehyde. And so most people will put basically per 10,000 gallons, a 2-pound bottle of dichlor shock, and a quarter copper-based aldehyde. And that's what they'll put in the pool to cover it.
Okay.
When you winterize or cover the pool, you're literally putting the pool into darkness, literally. So even if you had a high residual chlorine and you put regular shock, you just have to be careful with regular shock. It doesn't bleach, or it dissolves before you actually shut the pool down. I mean, you'll still be fine.
Okay, so is that like a winterizing chemical kit, or is that not necessary?
I mean, they make winterizing kits, so that way there's no guesswork. If you got a 10,000 gallon pool, you put one kit. You got a 20,000 gallon pool, you use 2 kits. Or you can basically, like I said, you can buy the dichlor and the shock, or you can just make sure your balance is right, and make sure your chlorine level's up. Throw some shock in the pool, let it run, let it dissolve, and you'll be good as gold.
Cool. Okay, so should the person drain the pool partially or completely drain
That
it?
depends on where you live at. Now, like the pools up north, they actually have to drain so far and put antifreeze in them.
Oh, wow.
Because it gets that cold.
Okay.
The lines would literally bust.
I never knew that.
Yeah. And but once again, it depends on where you're at. They have this thing that, drain it down to the bottom of your skimmer, drain it below your return. No, you don't have to do that. I don't know why they say that. I wish they quit saying that. Basically, if you're a below water level system, you want to plug up the lines and then winterize your system, because if not, you can't winterize the system because it's below water level. But you don't have to drain the pool. Most pools, when they're built, the lines are to frost. They're to the freeze. So in other words, they're going to be deeper than what your freeze is. But I mean, as far as what you said, up north, yes, they do actually have to drain some of the pools down. Further down south, no. All you need to do is put your chemicals in, let it run, pull your cover over, shut the system off, winterize the system, leave it alone till next year.
Okay, so that's blowing out and plugging the lines to prevent the freezing.
Only if you're below water level system.
Okay.
That's the only reason you need to drain the lines, because if your pool's here and your system's down here below it, the water's going to drain down, so you got to be careful of that. But if your system's up this way where you're level, you don't have to worry about draining nothing.
Okay. So what steps should a person take to protect the pump, the filter, heater, and a chlorinator?
Well, as long as it's properly winterized, there's no water left in it. Just make sure you pull all your plugs.
Okay. Okay, so should a person remove or cover the pool ladder, skimmer basket, and other accessories?
Your ladders and handrails, some of them come out, some of them don't. So depending on what kind of cover you put on, if you're putting a regular winter cover, or what they call a tarp cover, yeah, if you get it big enough, it can drape over the handrails, or you can run it up under them, whichever. If you get a safety cover, your safety cover is actually cut out for those handrails, or it's actually cut out for them in the safety cover. So you can do it either way.
Okay.
Most of the times, though, they're usually the way you can take them out.
Okay. So what type of pool cover is best for winter?
Well, big misconception there. A lot of people will put safety covers over their pools for winter covers, but that's not a winter cover. That's a safety cover. It has one purpose: safety. You're not winterizing the pool. You're not putting the pool's bed proper, because rain and everything else will go through that cover.
Like a mesh will go through it.
Yeah, it's like a mesh. Yeah, it's water's going to go through it. Leaves won't. I mean, you can literally walk across from one end of the pool to the other with a safety cover. Your water will go through, but the leaves won't. Now, what I've told most with the safety covers, run your pools. Okay, you don't have to run as much. Just run the pool periodically. Just keep everything moving, and that way it don't freeze.
Would a tarp be best, or?
Well, the tarps you're putting the pool to sleep, but the only problem with that, yeah, you hold the covers down with water bags, but eventually water bags get holes in them. Then they wind up, they leak and go down. Then half the cover winds up in the pool. What most people don't do, they don't get little cover pumps to keep the cover drained, okay, of all the water, and they'll sit there with 4 or 5 foot of water, and yeah, all that pushes the water out the lines. But yet, on the same aspect, you got to get all that crap off before you can pull the cover off anyway.
Okay.
So if you just keep a cover pump on there, keep that water off, your water level's going to stay up. Okay? You don't have that much pressure trying to push down on it, and you got that much less to do when you get ready to uncover the pool.
Okay. So I think you might have answered the question about how do one secure the cover to prevent damage from wind or debris.
Well, the regular tarp covers, they're water bags, or they have water blocks, or some people use brick. Okay. Safety covers, there's actually a bolt that's in the ground. It's under tension, and they're held in by a bolt on the ground.
Okay. Good. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Should a person use an air pillow or flotation device under the cover?
Oh my God.
Have you had that question before?
No. Well, no, I never had that question. Well, actually, yes, I have. But why would you want to put air pillows up under? Because what you wind up doing, you wind up creating little pockets where you're going to create and gather all your things. If the air pillows are done proper, the whole thing about it is you keep everything elevated so it all runs off the sides. But the problem is they throw an air pillow here and an air pillow here, and then you just create pockets all over the place. All you done is just made it deeper in one spot.
Okay.
No, there's no need to do that. I mean, yeah, like I said, if you wanted to, especially on your above grounds, you can put the air pillows in the middle and then pull your cover tight, and it's supposed to run off. Does it always work that way? No.
Okay.
They got so many different devices and things they come up with to try to help with that. I mean, it's just unreal. But does it actually work? 50-50.
Okay. Okay, so do a person need to check their pool periodically during the winter?
Not if they winterized it.
Okay.
If you winterize it, you put that puppy to sleep. That means it's like a set it and forget it. Okay, I put you to bed. I'm leaving you alone till summertime or spring.
So now, well, how does that prevent algae growth or staining while it's closed?
That's why you made sure the pool one was balanced before you cover it. Okay, and then you put specific chemicals in there to make sure you don't have that issue.
Okay, so what signs of damage or leaks should one watch for?
Well, I mean, like I said, when you're talking about leaks, like I said, especially on the tarp bags, they leak. Water's gonna go out of them. They get holes in them. They're just little cheap vinyl. And then you can have parts of your cover that'll go back in the pool. Covers, they can get holes in them. Where you think you're catching everything, it's actually just letting everything into the pool. I've seen that a lot of times. People try to make the covers last so many years, and them covers ain't gonna last for so long. And then all of a sudden, bleh.
What was that?
Everything that was on the cover went in the pool.
Oh, okay.
Now your pool looks like the tarp.
Okay. Okay, so since you answered a lot of questions about winterizing a pool, is there anything extra you want to give? Any extra information that I didn't ask about winterizing a pool?
I mean, yeah, you hit all the good questions, and well, I mean, I guess you have an advantage. You're married to a pool man.
I do.
But I mean, the biggest thing, it's like I tell all new homeowners when you're taking care of a pool, or if you're winterizing a pool, if you do it proper, you're not going to have issues. When you try to shortcut things, or you don't want to do it the way it's supposed to be done, that's when you have issues. Biggest thing I see out here is everybody wants to listen to everybody. Everybody knows how to take care of a pool. Everybody knows how to winterize a pool. Everybody knows how to do this. Kind of find out they don't. Okay? So, yes, basically make sure you get with a pool professional to make sure that your water's in balance. Don't just trust, okay, well, I'm dipping test strips. It says I'm okay. No, take it somewhere, let them test everything to make sure your water's in balance. That's the one thing you don't want to play with is balance on that water if you're going to cover it. So I would just say make sure you have due diligence. Just do it like it's supposed to be done. If you're not going to cover the pool, just simply go out there and do the little bit each and every day. Take 10 minutes, dip the leaves till they're gone. Then after that, you're right back on your weekly maintenance just like in the summertime. If they want to maintain it. Now, a lot of people have this thing in the wintertime to, oh yeah, let's cut your pools off, cut your pools down to 4 hours a day, and yada 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 yada. No, everything on the pool is about filtration. If you don't run enough hours in a day, you're not even going to turn over. You just turn over the same water over and over and over. You're not even going to catch what's in the pool. Just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. With your average pool and your average pump and filter, if they're sized proper, in a 12-hour time, you have filtered roughly 85% of the pool. Okay? And if you cut that running time in half, your filtration rate goes to almost, I'm just moving the top water of the pool. That's it. Okay? So it's all about filtration. Everything is about filtration, because you can have a perfectly balanced pool and still have a green pool. Okay? It's all about filtration and running time. And if you don't have proper of both, you're going to fight the pool. I don't care what time of year it is. It's, I tell everybody, I always relate it to their vehicle. You don't get the oil changed every so often, you're going to have issues. You don't rotate the tires every so often, you're going to have issues. If you don't do the little maintenance that needs to be done on these pools, you're going to have issues.
Wow.
So, I would just tell everybody, basically just do what you're supposed to do. Protect your investment.
Right. Because pools, they cost a lot of money.
Especially nowadays. A pool, way back when I first started off, average pool 18 by 36, you was probably looking at $12,000, $13,000, give or take. That same size pool now, you're every bit of 45 to 50 grand. But that's my advice to anybody for winterizing or not winterizing.
Okay, so guys, if I haven't asked questions that you may come up with, comment down below if you have any other questions about winterizing your pools or anything like that. So yeah, this is going to be end of our.
But also let me know where you're at if you're asking the question, because where you're at is going to determine a lot of things too.
Right. Okay, so guys, this is going to end our video for today about winterizing your pool. We hope this information helps you out a lot with your pool before another freeze pop in. Like we just had. So yeah, that's going to be it. Stay tuned to the channel. We'll be talking about reopening the pool during the springtime, giving you information on that as well. So that is it. So we hope you guys have a great day and night on purpose whenever you're watching the video.
Stay blessed.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's it. See y'all in the next video.
Peace.
Okay.